Shannon Sharpe is leaving FS1. Do I have an idea of what happened? I'm Stephen A. You damn right I do. Do I know for certain? No, I do not. If I knew for certain, would I tell you? Hell no, without their permission. Because Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe could be at FS1, at least for the moment in the case of Shannon Sharpe. I've gotten to know Shannon Sharpe a little bit over the last few years. I genuinely like him and respect him. He is a 3-time Super Bowl champion. He is a Hall of Famer. He is one of the greatest tight ends in the history of the National Football League. And I personally think he's done a hell of a job on television and with his podcast club, Shay Shay, which, by the way, I'm going to be a guest on in the near future. And he's also going to be a guest on here in the near future. But I sincerely hope, regardless of what opinions I'm about to give, that y'all don't make the mistake of assuming that I'm going to speak against my man Skip Bayless. That is not going to happen. Skip Bayless and I have disagreed on many things, on the air and off the air. We're natural-born contrarians with one another. We don't think alike. We don't act alike. We don't like the same things. We don't vibe with each other in terms of our ideas and our belief system. But you remember when I told you that I was the star of the #1 sports morning show for the last 11 and a half years? The first 4 years of that was with Skip Bayless. I'm never in that position if it were not for Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless asked me to come on First Take. Skip Bayless permitted me to come on First Take. Skip Bayless fought for me to come on First Take. Skip Bayless played a role in restoring my career that I felt had wrongly been taken from me. I will never disrespect him. It will not happen. Never. But that doesn't mean I can't disagree with him. This is not one of those times because I don't know what happened to tell you why I agree or disagree. Here's what I can tell you. When news was announced that Shannon Sharpe had been bought out of FS1 and he would be leaving at the conclusion of the NBA Finals, there were two things that came to my mind. That's a big loss for the show Undisputed, because Shannon matters, and that I don't know what his plans are. I don't know what he's trying to pursue. I don't know what he's after. But if Shannon Sharpe needs me, I'm happy to be here for him. And if that included him wanting to come on First Take, the bosses at ESPN know that is something I would support. Not every day, but one of those days every week, yeah. And why do I say not every day? Because you need to understand something. I apologize for this to no one. I love me some Michael Irvin. That's my brother, the playmaker. And I understand he got himself embroiled in some situation, and I have no clue what's going to happen with that. That is above my pay grade. Whatever they discover, they discover. Remember, I get to hand pick who's on First Take once they're in-house for ESPN. I don't get to bring them from the outside in without the boss's okay. We have to be honest. I'm not the boss. That's Dave Roberts. That's Jimmy Pitaro. That's Burt Magnus. That's those dudes. I answer to them. It's not the other way around when it comes to all matters pertaining to ESPN. But they know where I stand. I love me some Michael Irvin. I always want my brother with me. He ain't the only one. Keyshawn Johnson, that's my brother. We go back over 20 years, and I think he's excellent on TV discussing football. Ryan Clark, the pivot, Ryan Clark. The NFL analyst extraordinaire, Ryan Clark. Marcus Spears, a.k.a. Swagoo, my brothers. My brothers. And they ain't the only ones. Dominique Foxworth, Damian Woody, Bart Scott, and all these. I got an A-list roster. I ain't even bring up Dan Orlovsky, who is great. I didn't even bring up Mina Kimes. I didn't even bring up Jeff Saturday, who I hope returned. I miss Jeff Saturday on first take. I don't give a damn what happened with him in Indianapolis when he became a head coach. Took the job in the damn middle of the season. That's a different matter than being first take. Being on first take, hell no. But I'm just telling you right now, to be clear, if Shannon Sharpe wanted to join that roster, there's no resistance from Stephen A. I got love for Shannon Sharpe. I respect the hell out of him. And there's no doubt the man knows his football. But I ain't looking for anybody every day, because I got a whole host of contributors that I don't ever want to let go of. Having said all of that, was I surprised at all that Shannon Sharpe ended up departing from Undisputed on FS1? Absolutely not. Not at all. And this right here is the reason why.
Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up.
No, I was just going to say, Skip. I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where DeMar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanations, so clearly somebody...
No, they did not have... Nobody...
Let's go, Jen.
I'd be a damn liar if I told you that when I saw that transpire on national television, that I didn't believe in my heart that this day wasn't coming. I don't know what went on. I don't know what happened. I have not spoken to Skip Bayless. I have not talked to Shannon Sharpe about this. But I am telling you, I know Skip Bayless. And when that moment happened, I said, this is over. This is over. Because when something like that happens in a public platform, there's certain things that you just don't recover from relationship-wise. That was just my belief, based on my experience, no knowledge of the situation, because ain't none of my business. And that's what happened. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. Skip is always going to be a winner in television in my book. And I'm quite sure even the names that have been thrown out there, LaShawn McCoy, Scottie Pippen, Antonio Brown, and Brandon Marshall, Victor Cruz, whatever they do, they do. They do what they do, I do what I do. But with people clamoring for me to comment about it, I just wanted to make the point that I'm never going to disrespect Skip Bayless. It's not going to happen. I don't know what happened, and if he doesn't want to tell me, he doesn't have to tell me. We haven't spoken in a while. And Shannon's business is Shannon's business. You saw him in the news. House just got robbed. Somebody robbed like damn near $1 million of his jewelry. He was thankful they didn't kill his dogs, according to the reports. That was publicized. Obviously, this happened, brought out by FS1. I can't imagine that it was something that he'd want to happen, having that daily platform available to him. The reports are already out that Skip Bayless and Skip Bayless alone will say yay or nay to who Shannon Sharpe's successor is. But Shannon is not somebody that's going to be out of this business. Club Shay Shay ain't going anywhere. And his talents, which have elevated as a commentator and pundit over the years, that's not going anywhere either. He'll be somewhere. Hell, in at least some kind of capacity. For all I know, it might be First Take when all is said and done. I have no idea. I have bosses to answer to. But I wouldn't resist it if they asked him to show up for at least one day a week. Again, I'm not looking for anybody 5 days a week. I like my roster of contributors. I like the diverse voices and all of that other stuff. It's the way it should be, in my opinion, at least for now. But I like Shannon Sharpe. And I'll help him any way he asks me to.